Plant movements. Since plants are rooted in the ground, it is often thought that movement is lacking in plants. But as a matter of fact, the simpler plants like Chlamydomonas do show movement by the movement of flagella. However, in higher plants, there are certain movements observed. Plant parts like the stem, the leaves, root, the flower petals do show some significant movements like change in direction of growth, bend or curve under certain conditions. While trying to understand the movement in plants, we do come across certain terms like stimulus, response, irritability, etc. What is stimulus? Stimulus is a change in external or internal environment of an organism or a plant that elicits response. Response is the reaction of plant to a stimulus. The power or ability of a plant to respond to a stimulus is called sensitivity or reactivity or irritability of the plant. Movements which occur due to the external stimulus are called as paratonic movements or induced movements, whereas movements which occur without any external stimulus are called autonomic movements or spontaneous movements. Paratonic movements are further classified into tropic movements, nastic movements, etc. There are several tropic movements observed in plants, like phototropism. It is in response to light. It is the capacity of plants turning towards or away from light. Stem shows positive phototropism as they grow towards light, and roots show negative phototropism as they grow away from the light. Geotropism. It is in response to gravity. It is the capacity of roots and stems to orient themselves with regard to the force of gravity. Primary roots show positive geotropism, whereas primary shoot shows negative geotropism. Similarly, plant shows hydrotropism, that is, response to presence of water, chemotropism in response to chemicals, and thigmotropism, which is in response to touch. Nastic movements. When the plants show certain responses to stimulus insignificant of the direction of stimulus, it is called as nastic movements. Plants do show several types of nastic movements. They are photonasty. It is the movement induced by changes in the intensity of light. Generally, flowers open in strong light and close up on darkening or even when artificially shaded. Nyctinasty. These are the movements induced by alteration of day and night. For example, in leguminous plants like Albizia and Samania, leaflets droop during night and open up next morning when light appears. Thermonasty. These are the movements induced by variation in temperature. In Oxalis, flowers open quickly when the temperature rises. On cooler days, flowers open slowly. Seismonasty. These are the movements induced by mechanical stimuli like touch. The best example is that of Mimosa pudica, the touch-me-not plant, where the leaflets cover up for the stimulus of touch.